I don't want to go to school today. You don't want to miss it, so please wake up. Told you I don't want to go to school. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I'm not going. And then can you just leave? First, I hate everybody. Second, everybody hates me. And third, just don't want to go. Can you please let me be? I'm going to have to give you 3 reasons why you have to go to school. First, it's your responsibility. Second, you are 40 years old. Third, you are the principal of that school. So wake up. You are not a kid anymore. My name is Margarita Prue. I am a team leader and have been with the company for 15 months. I want to use that story to emphasize on something that I want you all to keep in mind throughout this presentation. And that is, do not let ourselves be limited by our own preconceived notions of what something should be. Right? Do not let yourself be limited by that. We tend to do this a lot with our business. Do not let your preconceived notions of what something should be cloud your judgment for the outcome of a particular situation. Sorry about that. So, in the story, you probably thought I was talking about a child. I hope, for the purpose of the example, right? That's the preconceived notion. That's what we're used to. That's the expectation. And we tend to do this a lot with our business. When we experience a bad party or a bad event, and we have another one that seems to be going on the same path, we automatically assume this is going to be a bust. How many of you have done that, right? Right? And it's okay to rely on experience, but you need to remember that this is an ever-changing business and the outcomes are never the same. So we need to start thinking outside those lines, at least for this presentation, right? And don't let yourselves be limited by your own preconceived notions. Today, as you already know, I'm going to be talking about a very thorny issue, that is work, family, and life balance. This goes to everybody. Those of you with extremely, desperately busy days and lives, I'm sure many of you have. You're probably feeling like you're neglecting family and yourself a little bit. And those of you that maybe aren't so busy at work, you get to spend a little time with family, but work isn't doing so good. So maybe you are neglecting your work for the fear, you're neglecting your work for the fear of neglecting your family. So we need both here. We need work and family to be able to make a balance of those two. I'm going to proceed and share with you a definition of balance, why it is important, and why is balance important. 4 details that I want you all to keep in mind throughout the implementation of balance. Then I'm going to share 10 points that will hopefully help you achieve this balance that we're talking about. And I'm going to make a summary of that after. So what is balance? Really, when it comes to work, family, and life, balance is... Can you hear me well? What's up? Were you talking to me? Kevin? Were you talking to me?
Yeah, if you could speak up a little bit.
Okay. It's so loud here that I don't want to speak up, but 2 things. Achievement and enjoyment. That's it. I want you to think of this as 2 sides of one coin. You can't have one without the other. People living from one side of the coin is the reason why successful people don't get to be fully happy. And why happy people don't get to experience the full value of life. So why is balance important? Oftentimes we're going to have these team members who are absolutely outstanding at what they do, being a consultant. and they have the full potential to have an amazing business. Slowly they drift away, they drop out, and they quit. Because family and work got to be too much, and not because they were outstanding consultants. That's when balance kicks in as being one of the most important things you can do for your life and your business. When we have balance in our life, we are able to have a more flexible schedule somehow. We are more open-minded. We decrease our stress and increase our happiness. These allow us to work more effectively over longer periods of time, to spot opportunities that we would have missed otherwise, to help us be more positive. And this is extremely important. We'll talk more about that later on in the presentation. To not overwork and to not be overtired. All these things are extremely important for the longevity of our business. When you are a person that gets things done, that enjoy doing it, that attracts people to you, and they will want to have you on their team, or they will want to be a part of your team. That is a great tool to have in this type of business. Let's talk about now the 4 details that I want you all to keep in mind at all times throughout the implementation of balance. The first detail, the time frame upon which we judge balance varies from a day-to-day basis, often, very often. So what this means is that what I do today to be balanced may not necessarily look the same as to what I do tomorrow. And even if I was to give you a detailed description of what my ideal day would look like from a balance point of view, I might get something like this. I'll wake up feeling fully rested from a very good night's sleep and ready to tackle my day. I will exercise for an hour before the kids wake up. Then I'll have breakfast with the family. Then I'll get myself ready and the kids ready and set to place so that I can do 3 hours of solid work. No interruptions. Then I'll have lunch with the family. Then immediately after lunch, I'll probably relax or play a game with the kids. Then I'll set them up again so that I can do another 3 hours of work. Then I'll do something for myself. I do my nails, or I go for a walk, or read a chapter, or watch a show, whatever it is that is non-work related. Then I'll have dinner with the family. Then after dinner, I'll probably meditate for about 30 minutes. I like to do that. Then the kids will go to bed. Then I'll do some final work in preparation for the next day. Then I'll have some sort of intimacy or quality time with my husband. And then I'll go to bed. The amount of times that my day looks like that, not very often. Maybe some things someday, and others some other day. So mix and match. Exactly like that, never. No, not often. So, ideally, that's what it would look like. But realistically, we need to accommodate for the ever-changing events in our daily life. Right? And being realistic means knowing that you cannot do it all in one day. You just can't. So we need to elongate the time upon which we judge balance, but without falling in that trap of, I'll have a life when I retire. Can't do that. Miss out. So a day is too short, a lifetime is too long. You have to find a middle ground. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Detail number 2. Classic. We do this a lot. I'm doing everything I can, but it's working for her and my life's still a mess. We compare ourselves with others. Balance does not look the same for everybody. We're actually really lucky to be working in partnership with UBAM because UBAM is not a part of the core issue for work-life balance. And the core issue is our jobs or careers being incompatible with us being able to maintain a meaningful relationship with our loved ones. We're not part of that issue. We are encouraged to have a relationship with our loved ones. It's in our mission statement. So knowing that, right? Now we know that all we have to do is remember that what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another. What works for a married person doesn't work for a single. It doesn't look the same for everybody. Keep in mind that we as individuals need to take control and responsibility for the life that we want to live. I know you've probably heard this quite a few times. Design your life or somebody else is going to come and design it for you. Right? We heard that. The reason why we hear that so much is because it's actually true. Somebody else is going to come and design your life for you. And the problem with that is that nobody can achieve balance for you but you. Lastly, I want you all to know that there are many aspects to life. And in order to achieve balance, we need to address all these aspects. And I'm talking about the physical, the intellectual, emotional, and the spiritual aspect. Now, I'm already so busy. You know, you come here to tell me that I have to take care of all this stuff, aspect stuff. How am I going to do that? I have no time now. Forget it. I'll just keep on going how I'm going and we'll see where it takes me. If this is going through your head, believe me, I get it. It does seem like a daunting task. And when you think of, gosh, managing all this stuff, all these aspects of your life, balance does seem like a mad idea. So how do we do it? How do we balance all these aspects in our life? And we're always so busy. Let me tell you a little story. This is John. As you can see, John is a very energetic and enthusiastic person. He wakes up every morning with great anticipation about his day. But he wasn't always like that. Before he got to this point, can you see? Am I in the way? He lived a life of a high-paying job, with a beautiful, graceful wife, a beautiful, smart daughter, and more toys than you can possibly imagine. He had an ideal existence. But something isn't working. I have to change something. I don't know what or how. That's what he thought. His father always pointed out to him the fact that he always wanted what he didn't have, and that he always thought that the grass was greener on the other side. So John felt selfish. He felt he had no right to complain because he had an ideal existence. But as his dissatisfaction grew, he started to ask himself some questions. At first, there were the usual questions. What do I need to do to be more successful? What goals do I need to set for myself? What can I buy to make myself happy? So he gave himself the usual answers, obtaining the usual results. He became more successful, and he rewarded himself with a brand new car for achieving his goals. But the thrill was always short-lived. So he continued to ask himself questions until he ran upon a more personal question. What makes me really, authentically, honestly, deeply, personally happy? What makes me really, authentically, honestly, deeply, personally happy? A new question meant a new answer. And to John's surprise, it had nothing to do with money, toys, or success. It had to do with experiences, emotions, activities, and senses. Like eating fresh apples, watching the sunrise, cooking with his wife, swimming, listening to 1920s jazz, hiking, and even in his career he realized he enjoyed environmental law and connected to his clients at a more emotional level. What makes you happy is uniquely personal. All you have to do is to keep asking those questions. I have recently ran upon a quote that I feel very fitting to share right now, and that is, it is so very difficult, so hard to find happiness within yourself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. My point is that the smallest things matter. You do not have to dramatically change your life to achieve balance between all the aspects of your life, because with the smallest investments, you can dramatically improve the quality of your personal and your work life. Let's move on now to the 10 points that hopefully will help you achieve these balance that we're talking about. Point number 1, love your life. That's it. When you make your personal happiness, when you love your life, you're able to love others in everything that you do. Make your personal happiness the focus of your life, and you will achieve happiness in all other aspects of your life. Number 2, love your job. That's easy. But really, take some time and identify those things about your job that you absolutely love and focus on that. Take some time and identify those that you don't love so much and find a way to do them so you can love them and find something positive about them. And talking about that, I want you to take a moment and look at the pictures displayed on the screen. How many of you think that what you see up there is kind of bad? Let me walk you through some of them. Up here, there's a malfunctioning printer, out of ink or something like that. I have an event in about 5 minutes, and I really needed this to work. So, at those moments, if you've ever been in that position, you know it's like, I'm about to die. Then over here, I have 80 invites. I'm pretty sure she must have invited her friends when I specifically told her not to. Why do they keep doing that anyway? Really? Drive us crazy, doesn't it? I know some of you. Oh, thank you for reaching out, but I think I'm all set for now. I'm just so busy right now. With preschool, I don't have much time to organize a party this time. Thank you so much for thinking of me. For now, it's easy to just attend parties and to host them. Oh, I need parties. Why can't people just host a party? How's that so hard? Dreadful calls. We talked about that. You gotta do them. I have a party tonight and I just got blocked out of Facebook. Another situation where my life just ended. When I see a child with a phone, so folks, you're making me look so bad. So I think we can all agree that these are kind of bad stuff. I mean, I don't like this stuff and it makes our job kind of hard. So I want you to now take a look at these pictures. I did my best here to portray what the real problem is. All you did was to put one book in the hands of one child. That makes your job worth doing. That makes your job worth loving. I have here 1 in 7 U.S. adults are functionally illiterate. And in the graphic here, I don't know if you get to see it, the child wants the dad to read a book, and at the bottom the book is upside down. Illiterate adults who raise illiterate children. We are stopping that, and that's an amazing thing to be a part of. You are doing that. So whenever you're feeling that the problems of our job are getting the best of you, you need to stand back and take a look at the real picture here. Because the other stuff are not really problems. Right? That printer just might mean that you get to send an email instead and potentially develop even better relationship. Those 80 people invited, maybe all of them will come. And the lady that didn't want to host, she didn't want it to be my customer, right? So focus on the good stuff. Make yourself bigger than your problems. Point number 3, take some time away from work. I just told you to love it. So as contradictory as this may seem, when you do take some time away from work, you are able to enjoy your job, your work much more. This will allow you to put some energy and time into the other aspects of your life, therefore getting you closer to balance. Time away from work, maybe 5 minutes, an hour, please. It doesn't matter as long as you do it. Number 4, set goals. Here I was debating whether to share set SMART goals, or let's go with the ridiculous, unrealistic, dreamy type of goals. Really, another one that doesn't really matter. Whatever works for you. If SMART goals, specific, measurable, attainable. If that works for you, good. If you're the type that want to dream big and make $1 million in 1 month, go for it. It doesn't matter as long as you set goals. Plan, prioritize, and write them down. When you have a visual reminder of what is it that you want to accomplish, and where is it that you're going, it's a has a huge impact on your business. You need to set some goals. You need to know what is it that you want to accomplish. Number 5, reward yourself for achieving your goals. If you remember in the John story, he rewarded himself with a brand new car. You can do that too. Or just small goals, big goals, personal goals, or work goals. It doesn't matter, because achievement and enjoyment gets you closer to balance. Implement a structure. With the nature of our job, we'll most likely have to juggle multiple aspects of our life at once. Focusing flawlessly in one thing may be difficult. You do need to do that whenever you want to accomplish a goal. But the norm will be, you gotta deal with kids, life, and everything else that comes along. So a little structure will help us with that, and that is planning, scheduling, setting time boundaries, attending to trainings. That's good for you for being here. And allowing yourself and your business to obtain anything that will make it easier for you. Calendars, devices, and supplies, anything like that. Number 7, be positive. I forgot to mention that these points are not in any particular order of importance. They're all equally important, and you can implement them as the opportunity presents. But I think that being positive is probably the most important thing you can do for you, your life, your business. Be positive and passionate about every single thing that you do. And I understand this might be difficult to do, especially at desperate times in our lives. And our lives seems to just have turned upside down. So it does take willingness, and it does take this practice. But if there's one thing that I can guarantee you, is that it doesn't matter how bad a situation may seem, there is always going to be a positive spin to it. I challenge you, next time you're in a difficult situation, to look for that positive thing. And once you find it, that's what you're going to be focusing on. Okay? You can see it. It just might take you a little longer. Or you just might need to look a little harder, a little stronger. It's there. Number 8. This is an easy one. Stay healthy. Where is it? We're so busy. We might even forget to eat our meals. Exercise is not even in the picture. No. And on top of that, we are on our computer doing our thing and eating maybe not so healthy food choices. One thing that helps me make good decisions while maintaining a healthy lifestyle is actually a quote that maybe many of you have heard, that is, take care of your body because it's the only place you have to live in for the rest of your life. If you don't take care of your body now, where are you going to live when you're older? And I like to compare this to a house where I'm living in. If I had the chance, I'm going to build it with the best foundation, and I'm going to have the best materials, and it's going to look amazing inside and out. Right? So why is it different with our body? This could be a whole presentation on its own, so I don't want to get in a lot of detail about it. But the basics of it is exercise, eat well, sleep well, okay? Be positive, create a comfortable and enjoyable work environment. This will not only just increase your happiness and positivism, but it will also help with the economics piece of it. Number 9, practice good time management. Here's another one that will be a whole presentation on its own. There is a lot of information out there about time management. Back office has some really good ones in the audio trainings. I encourage you to look there. But spend some time and energy identifying some time management techniques that will work for you, for your business. And lastly, another one that I think is very important is talk to your family. Talk to your partner, husband, boyfriend about what this means to you, why this business is so important to you. Right? Make sure that they know exactly what is it that you want to accomplish, but also listen to what they have to say. And if they're feeling neglected, how you can all make it work so that that is not your situation. Nobody succeeds alone. Nobody. And your biggest supporter is probably going to be your family. So you want to make sure that they're on board and they're good and they know exactly where you're headed. Talking to your family is extremely important. I encourage for you to take an hour a week to sit with your husband, with your significant other, and share with one another. Also, talk to your children. They deserve to know, they deserve to be heard. And if they're too little, incorporate them in your work. You're going to love seeing them enjoy your job as much as you do. And I'm sure that all of you here are planning to be book ladies and gents until the day you retire, I hope. And so keep record of this. You're gonna absolutely love seeing them grow as a UBAM kid. I heard a beautiful story in convention, and that was really life-changing for me. But yeah, share your business with your children. There's lots of things they can do. It's going to have a really positive impact on your family, and at the same time, you're getting stuff done. So, I don't want to bore you anymore, so let's wrap this up. The definition, the preconceived definition of successful is probably that of a person that died with the most amount of money. Wow, he had a lot of money, he must have been successful. I want us to move towards a more balanced notion of that of a person with a well-lived life. You know you have rich balance between work, family, and life because you have obtained achievement and enjoyment in every single aspect of what you do. So, I want you to tell yourself this. Today, I'm going to achieve something and I'm going to enjoy something. And if I do that, I'm going to have a great day. Then tell yourself this every day and you're going to have a great life. Thank you so much for your attention.